Today we will learn the representation of numbers in exponential form. In the last session, we learned that places like ones, tens, hundreds, thousands help us in reading, writing, and comparing numbers. Do you remember this? If you remember, try to read the given number. Let me tell you, this number is 23 crores. Now look at this number. Will you be able to read it? It is difficult to read and write such large numbers. In such a situation, we find the usage of exponents essential. So let's understand what an exponent is. Let's talk about the number 100,000. We can express this number as 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10. Seeing this, we can say that here 10 is the factor of this number. Here 10 has been used 5 times as a factor. As an exponent, we can express this number as here 10 is the base of this number and 5 is the exponent of this number. Broadly, if multiplying a by itself, m times gives the number b. Then we express the number b in an exponential form as a raised to m, where the number a is called base and the number m is called exponent of number a. Let's look at some more examples. If we observe the number 10,000, then we know that 10,000 is equal to 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10. That is, the factor here is 10 and it has been used 4 times. Therefore, we can write 10,000 as, where 10 is the base and 4 is the exponent. We read this as 10 raised to the power of 4 or simply as 4th power of 10. We call 10 to the power of 4 as the exponential form of 10,000. Similarly, we can write 1000 is equal to 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 is equal to 10 to the power of 3 in this way. Here the base is 10 and the exponent is 3. So tell us, if the exponential form is 10 to the power of 2, then what does it mean? Think about it. Absolutely right. 10 to the power of 2 is equal to 10 multiplied by 10, that is 100. Similarly, we can write 10 is equal to 10 to the power of 1. If you see here, a pattern is being formed. As the number of zeros in the given number is decreasing, the exponent is also decreasing by 1. So tell us, how will we express 1? Sure, again we reduce the exponent by 1. Therefore, 1 is equal to 10 to the power of 0. Till now, we have read about those numbers whose base is 10. Just think, can we take any number as base? Think for a while. Let me tell you, it is not necessary that the base has to be only 10. It can be any number. Like, we can write 16 as 4 multiplied by 4. In this way, the exponential form of 16 can be written as 4 raised to the power of 2. If we see here, we can also express 16 as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. That is, the exponential form of 16 can also be written as 2 raised to the power of 4. Similarly, if we have to express 72 in an exponential form, how will we do it? Let's find out. To express a number in its exponential form, we first obtain its factors. Prime factorization is an appropriate method for this. The prime factorization of 72 can be done in this way. This will give us the factors of 72. Now we will see which number is repeated and how many times. Here the number 2 is repeated 3 times, so we can express it as 2 raised to the power of 3. Similarly, number 3 is repeated 2 times, so we can express it as 3 raised to the power of 2. With this, we can now say that 72 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 raised to the power of 2. Just think, can a negative number also act as base? Absolutely. A negative number can also be a base, like -1 raised to the power of 1 is equal to -1. -1 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 1. -1 raised to the power of 3 is equal to -1. -2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 4. -2 raised to the power of 3 is equal to -8. Will you be able to find some more examples like this? Try it. By now you would have understood that exponent of the negative number is an odd number. The result is also negative. If the exponent of the negative number is an even number, the result is a positive number. This helps us in understanding exponents better. Today we have learned the representation of numbers in exponential form. In the next video, we will see few examples of the same. Today we will see examples related to exponential form. Ria, Amit and Nisha were expressing 256 in its exponential form. Ria expressed it as 16 raised to the power of 2, Amit as 4 raised to the power of 4 and Nisha as 2 raised to the power of 8. Who expressed 256 in the correct form? Here we have to express 256 in exponential form. Can you tell how we would express it in exponential form? Think about it. Absolutely right. For this, we will have to obtain the factors of 256. We can express 256 as 16 multiplied by 16. That is, we can express 256 by 16 raised to the power of 2 by taking base 16 and exponent 2. If we write 16 as a factor of 4 multiplied by 4, then we get 256 is equal to 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 4 raised to the power of 4. It is also an exponential form of 256. Similarly, if we write 4 as 2 multiplied by 2, then we get 256 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 8. It is also an exponential form of 256. That is, we can express 256 in exponential form as 16 raised to the power of 2, 4 raised to the power of 4 or 2 raised to the power of 8. Hence, Ria, Amit and Nisha all three have expressed 256 in correct form. Next example, between -2 raised to the power of 5 and -5 raised to the power of 2, find out which number is greater. Here the numbers are represented in exponential form. Let us first find the numbers corresponding to these exponential forms. We can write -2 raised to the power of 5 as, we will get the result as -32. You can solve the same in another method. Here we see that the base is a negative number and the exponent is an odd number. So tell me, in a situation like this, will the result be positive or negative? Think for a while. Absolutely right. The result will be negative. We will multiply 2 5 times to get the result. By doing this, we get -2 raised to the power of 5 is equal to -32. Similarly, we can write -5 raised to the power of 2 is equal to -5 multiplied by -5 is equal to 25. Now we see that -32 is negative while 25 is positive. And since positive numbers are larger than negative numbers, 25 is greater than -32. Hence, -5 raised to the power of 2 is greater than -2 raised to the power of 5. Next example. Write a raised to the power of 3 multiplied by a raised to the power of 4 and a raised to the power of 5 in exponential form. We can write a raised to the power of 3 is equal to a multiplied by a multiplied by a. Similarly, we can express a raised to the power of 4 and a raised to the power of 5. Substituting these values in the question, we see that a raised to the power of 3 multiplied by a raised to the power of 4 multiplied by a raised to the power of 5. Here we see that a has been multiplied by itself a total of 12 times. So we can write this as a raised to the power of 12. So we can say that a raised to the power of 3 multiplied by a raised to the power of 4 multiplied by a raised to the power of 5 is equal to a raised to the power of 12. Today we saw examples related to exponential form. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions and common mistakes related to this. Today we will see certain misconceptions and common mistakes related to exponential form. Misconception 1. Which of the given numbers is equal to minus 5 raised to the power of 6? Some children do not understand the concept of exponent properly. They believe that if there is a negative sign in the base, it always results in a negative number. So they choose option 1, which happens to be a wrong answer. The correct understanding is that if the exponent of a negative number is an odd number, the result is a negative number. But if the exponent of a negative number is an even number, the result is a positive number. Let's understand this. Minus 5 raised to the power of 6 has minus 5 as base and 6 as its power. We can represent it as, using the associative property of multiplication, let's group them in this way. Can you tell what will be the result of multiplication of each group? Think for a while. Absolutely right. We will get the result of multiplying each group 25, which is a positive number. Similarly, if we multiply these two, the multiplication of positive numbers is positive. So we will get the result 15,625, which is again a positive number. If we perform prime factorization, then we will get the prime factors of 15,625 as, which can be represented as 5 raised to the power of 6 in this exponential form. This shows that minus 5 raised to the power of 6 is equal to 5 raised to the power of 6. Hence, the correct answer is option 2. Always remember, if the power of a number minus a is an even number, we can create m by 2 groups of minus a multiplied by minus a. The result of multiplication of these groups will be positive, and similarly the value of the minus a raised to the power of m will also be positive. Now let's see some common mistakes. Common mistake 1. Some children understand that to find the value of a number from an exponential form, the base and the power are multiplied. For example, to get the value of 3 raised to the power of 5, children often multiply 3 by 5 and get the result 15. This is a wrong understanding. Similarly, some children add the base as many times as it is exponentially to find the value of the number. For instance, to get the value of 3 raised to the power of 5, children often add 3 5 times to get the result 15. This is also a wrong understanding. Correct understanding is that if you have to calculate the value of number from its exponential form, then we multiply the base with itself for as many number of times as the exponent is. Like here we multiply 3 with itself for 5 times so that we get value of number as 243. Common mistake 2. Some children ignore the brackets. They solve minus 6 raised to the power of 2 is equal to minus 6 multiplied by minus 6 is equal to 36. But it is also a misunderstanding. Remember that both minus 6 raised to the power of 2 and minus 6 raised to the power of 2 are different. Minus 6 raised to the power of 2 is equal to minus 6 multiplied by 6 is equal to minus 36. Whereas minus 6 raised to the power of 2 is equal to minus 6 multiplied by minus 6 is equal to 36. Therefore, it is important to be careful about brackets in questions related to exponents. Common mistake 3. Some children understand that if any number is raised to 0, then its value is also 0. Like they believe, 4 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 0 or 5 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 0. But it is also a misunderstanding. If the power of any number is 0, its value is 1. We will see the reason for this in the next video. So today we saw certain misconceptions and common mistakes related to the exponential form.
Today, we will learn about 5 laws of exponents. In the previous video, we learned that a number such as 64 in its exponential form can be expressed as 4 to the power of 3, where 4 is the base and the number 3 is the exponent. This form can be read as the third power of 4. Do you know that by using this form, we can perform big mathematical operations within seconds? However, for this, we must know the laws of exponents very well. So let's understand these laws. Let us learn about the law of multiplication of powers that have the same base. Suppose we have to multiply two equal base powers, such as 4 square into 4 cube. Can you tell us how to do it? Think of it. You are absolutely correct. To find the values of 4 square, we will multiply 4 by itself 2 times. Similarly, to find the value of 4 cube, we will multiply 4 by itself 3 times. Now you can see here that 4 multiplied by itself for a total of 2 plus 3, that is 5 times. Therefore, we can represent it as 4 to the power of 5. Now you can see that the base of the numbers multiplied is equal to the base of the result, and the sum of the exponents of the numbers to be multiplied is equal to the exponent of the result. Let's take another example. We can write minus 4 to the power of 5 into minus 4 to the power of 3 is equal to minus 4 to the power of 8. Here also, you can see that the sum of the exponents of the numbers to be multiplied is equal to the exponent of the result. Based on these examples, can you make a comprehensive rule for multiplying the powers of the same base? Think a little. You are absolutely correct. We can say that for a non-zero integer a and whole numbers m and n, a to the power of m into a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n. This means that if there is an exponent in the numbers to be multiplied, then we will add all the powers and write the result as the power of the base. Now let us learn about the rule for dividing numbers with powers having the same base. Let us simplify 6 to the power 5 divided by 6 to the power 3. These can be represented in the form of numerator and denominator. 6 to the power of 5 is 6 multiplied by itself 5 times, and 6 to the power of 3 is 6 multiplied by itself 3 times. Upon solving, we get 6 into 6, which is equal to 6 square. If we look at the numbers and the result to be divided, it can be understood that the power of the result is the result of the subtraction of the power of the numbers to be divided. Let's see another example. We can simplify minus 8 to the power of 7 divided by minus 8 to the power of 2 this way. This gives the result minus 8 to the power of 5. Therefore, broadly we can say that for a non-zero integer a and whole numbers m and n, a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m minus n, where m is greater than n. That is, if the base is the same for division, then the power of the dividend can be reduced from the power of the divisor, and the obtained quotient is written as the power of the base. Can we take the power of a power? Let's find out. Solve 4 square into 4 square into 4 square. According to the law of exponents, during multiplication, the power of the numbers having the same base can be written as 4 to the power of 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4 to the power of 6. But if we look closely, 4 square has been repeated 3 times, which is why we can write it as 4 square to the power of 3. Therefore, we can say that 4 square to the power of 3 is equal to 4 to the power of 6. Now the base is the same. Can you determine the relation between the exponents? Think a little. Absolutely correct. Here, it will be 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Therefore, we can broadly say that a non-zero integer a and whole numbers m and n, a to the power of m to the power of n, which is equal to a to the power of mn. When the power of power is given, then we multiply all the powers and express the result as the exponent of the base. By this rule, verify minus 5 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 is equal to minus 5 to the power of 12. Now let's understand how to multiply base having the same power. Suppose we have to simplify 2 into 5 to the power of 3. Since the power is 3, we will multiply 2 into 5 3 times by itself. For multiplication, we can either use commutative property or associative property so as to change the order and set of numbers. So, we will define the numbers in this way. Here, 2 is multiplied by itself 3 times, so we can represent it as 2 to the power of 3. In the same way, we can represent 5 as 5 to the power of 3. Now, by looking at right-hand side and left-hand side, we can say that if a and b are both non-zero integers and m is a whole number, then the expression a multiplied by b, whose raised to the power m, can be written as a raised to the power m multiplied by b raised to the power m. That is, the combined power for multiplication is the power of each term separately. We can also say that the power of brackets is the power of all the terms written inside. With this understanding, will you be able to formulate a rule for the division of base with same power? Pause the video and practice. Let's understand this. Suppose we have to simplify 2 by 5 to the power of 3. Here, 2 by 5 to the power of 3 can be written as 2 by 5 into 2 by 5 into 2 by 5. We can also write this as 2 into 2 into 2 divided by 5 into 5 into 5, which can be written as 2 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 3 in exponential form. We can say that 2 by 5 to the power of 3 is equal to 2 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 3. Broadly, if both a and b are non-zero integers and m is a whole number, then the expression a divided by b the whole raised to the power of m can be written as a raised to the power of m divided by b raised to the power of m. A to the power of m divided by b to the power of m is equal to a by b to the power of m. Here also we can say that the power of the brackets is the power of all the terms written inside. Here we have shown all the laws. Pause the video and read them once. So today we learned the 5 laws of exponents. In the next video, we will get to know them better with the help of some examples. Today, we will see some examples related to the laws of exponents. Find the value of p using laws of exponents. To find the value of p, we have to solve the left-hand side so that we get only 8 as the base. So let's solve 8 square to the power of 3 multiplied by 8 cube to the power of 4. If we have to simplify 8 square to the power of 3, then which law of exponents should we use? Think a little. We will use a to the power of m to the power of n, which is equal to a to the power of mn, where a is an integer and both m and n are whole numbers. Using this law, we can write 8 square to the power of 3 is equal to 8 to the power of 2 into 3, which is equal to 8 to the power of 6. We can also simplify 8 cubed to the power of 4 by using the same law. 8 cubed to the power of 4 is equal to 8 to the power of 3 into 4, which is equal to 8 to the power of 12. Now we will solve 8 to the power of 6 into 8 to the power of 12. Can you tell which law we use for this? Think a little. Absolutely correct. We will use a to the power of m into a to the power of n, which is equal to a to the power of m plus n law. Using this law, we can write 8 to the power of 6 into 8 to the power of 12 is equal to 8 to the power of 6 plus 12, which is equal to 8 to the power of 18. Now, we see that the base is 8 on the left side and 2 on the right side. To make the bases equal on both sides, we will express 8 as 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 2 to the power of 3. In this way, we can express 2 cubed to the power of 18 as 8 to the power of 18. Here again, we will use the law a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of mn. Using this, we will get 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 18 is equal to 2 to the power of 3 into 18, which is equal to 2 to the power of 54. Now if we compare the left side and the right side, then it becomes easy to tell that the value of p is 54. Similarly, by using laws, we can solve complex questions. Next example. Simplify this. Let's solve it. First, we will solve the numerator. Looking at the numerator, we understand that 4 cube into 3 cube, the exponents are the same in both the numbers. So here, we will use the law a to the power of m into b to the power of m is equal to a into b to the power of m. According to this law, we can write this number as 4 cube into 3 cube is equal to 4 into 3 the whole cube, which is equal to 12 cube. Now we will solve 12 cube into 12 to the power of 12. Here, the base is the same, so we will use the law a to the power of m into a to the power of n, which is equal to a to the power of m plus n. Using this law, we will get the number 12 to the power of 3 into 12 to the power of 12 is equal to 12 to the power 3 plus 12, which is equal to 12 to the power of 15. Now let's solve operations of the denominator. Since we've expressed the numerator as base 12, we will try to express the denominator also as base 12. According to the law, a to the power of m into b to the power of m is equal to a into b to the power of m. We can write 24 to the power of 5 as 12 to the power of 5 into 2 to the power of 5. Using the same law, we can write 2 to the power of 5 into 6 to the power of 5 as 2 into 6 the whole power 5, that is 12 to the power of 5. Since the base of all the numbers is 12, we can use the law a to the power of m into a to the power of n, which is equal to a to the power of m plus n, to write 12 to the power of 1 into 12 to the power of 5 into 12 to the power of 5 as 12 to the power of 1 plus 5, which is equal to 12 to the power of 11. Now, we will solve 12 to the power of 15 divided by 12 to the power of 11. For this, we will use the law a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n, which is equal to a to the power of m minus n. Using this law, we can write it as 12 to the power of 15 divided by 12 to the power of 11 is equal to 12 to the power of 15 minus 11, which is equal to 12 to the power of 4. So, the simple form of the given example is 12 to the power of 4. Keep in mind that we can also solve this example in different ways, such as rearranging base 6 and 2 or rearranging base 3 and 4, etc. Will you be able to solve the question by using these methods? Try it. Next example. Verify the statement, if the power of a number is 0, then the value of that number is 1. Let's verify it. Suppose b is equal to a to the power of m. Let's divide both sides by b. So, b by b is equal to a to the power of m divided by b. On the right side, we can write the value of b as a to the power of m. Hence, b by b is equal to a to the power of m by a to the power of m. On the left side, b is being divided by the same number, so the result will be 1. On the right side, we can apply the law of division of exponents. Under this law, if the base of the division function is the same, then we subtract the power of the divisor from the power of the dividend and write the result as the power of the base. Like here, we will write the power of a as m minus m, which is equal to 0. That is, a to the power of 0 is equal to 1. This verifies that if a number has a power of 0, then its value will be 1. Today, we have seen examples related to laws of exponents. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions related to them. Today, we will see some misconceptions and common mistakes related to the laws of exponents. Misconception 1. Ishan, Namrata and Vinay were simplifying 4 to the power of 3 into 4 to the power of 5. Ishan got 16 to the power of 15, Namrata got 4 to the power of 15, and Vinay got 4 to the power of 8. Find out who got the correct answer. Some children do not understand the laws of exponents properly. Due to this, they get the wrong answer. Like here, Ishan multiplied the bases to simplify 4 to the power of 3 into 4 to the power of 5 and also multiplied the exponents. Due to this, he got 16 to the power of 15, which is the wrong answer. In the same way, Namrata has kept the base the same, but to get the power of the answer, she has multiplied the exponents of numbers. Therefore, she got 4 to the power of 15, which is also the wrong answer. Here, we can see that the base of the numbers to be multiplied is the same. When the base is the same, we add the exponents. That is, a to the power of m into a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n, where a is an integer and m and n are whole numbers. In this way, here 4 to the power of 3 into 4 to the power of 5 is equal to 4 to the power of 3 plus 5, which is equal to 4 to the power of 8. Hence, the answer given by Vinay is correct. Option 3 is right. Misconception 2. Find the value of 5 to the power of 6 divided by 5 to the power of 2. While dividing 5 to the power of 6 divided by 5 to the power of 2, some children keep the base the same and divide the exponents of both the numbers, which gives them the wrong answer, 5 to the power of 3. That is, option 1 is wrong. Some children divide the base and then divide the exponents, which gives them answer 1 to the power of 3. This is also incorrect. Therefore, option 2 is incorrect. The correct understanding is that when we divide two numbers that have the same base, then we keep the base the same and subtract the exponents. That is, a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m minus n, where m is greater than n. In this way, 5 to the power of 6 divided by 5 to the power of 2 is equal to 5 to the power of 6 minus 2, which is equal to 5 to the power of 4, which is the correct answer. Therefore, the correct answer is option 3. Misconception 3. Which of the following numbers is equal to 4 cube to the power of 2? Some children have the misconception that a to the power of m, the whole power n, is equal to a to the power of m plus n. Thus, they write 4 cubed to the power of 2 is equal to 4 to the power of 3 plus 2, which is equal to 4 to the power of 5. But this is a misunderstanding. Here, multiplication is done instead of addition. That is, the correct understanding is a to the power of m the whole power n is equal to a to the power of m into n. Therefore, we can write 4 cubed to the power of 2 is equal to 4 to the power of 3 into 2, which is equal to 4 to the power of 6. That is, option 1 is wrong and option 2 is the correct answer. We can write 4 cubed to the power of 2 is equal to 4 cube into 4 cube. We can simplify it in the following way. Now here, 4 has been multiplied by itself 6 times. So, we can represent it in the form of 4 to the power of 6. Therefore, 4 cubed to the power of 2 is equal to 4 to the power of 6. This is the correct way to write it, whereas 4 to the power of 5 is wrong. Similarly, children also make a mistake in terms of multiplication of numbers with the same exponents. For example, by multiplying 3 to the power of 3 into 5 to the power of 3, children multiply the bases and get the base of the result as 15. Similarly, by multiplying the exponents, they get the exponent of the result as 9. This gives them the wrong answer of 15 to the power of 9. The correct understanding is that a to the power of m into b to the power of m is equal to a into b to the power of m. Therefore, 3 to the power of 3 into 5 to the power of 3 is equal to 3 into 5 to the power of 3, which is equal to 15 to the power of 3, which is the correct answer. Today, we saw some misconceptions and common mistakes related to the laws of exponents. Today, we will learn about expressing large numbers in the standard form and their comparison. Do you know how far the Sun is located from the center of our Milky Way galaxy? This number is as difficult to read as it is for a man to reach the center of the galaxy. Such large numbers are not only difficult to read but also difficult to write, understand, compare, and do any sort of mathematical operation upon them. In this situation, it is important that we express such numbers in a shorter and easier form. This is possible with the use of the standard form of a number. Let's understand what the standard form of a number is. We can express any number n using the exponential form m into 10 to the power of p, where the value of m can be equal to or greater than 1.0 and less than 10.0, and p is an integer. Such a form of a number is called its standard form. Let's understand this in detail. Let us consider this figure. This is a whole number. First, we will convert this into its decimal form. Can you tell me how to do this? Think for a while. It is easy. First, we will convert the whole number into a decimal number by placing a decimal point after the last digit of the whole number and writing 0 after it, like this. Next, we will count the number of digits to the left of the decimal point. There are a total of 21 digits to the left of the decimal point. If we subtract 1 from this, we get the exponent of 10 in the standard form. Thus, we get the value of p. By subtracting 1 from 21, we get the value of p to be 20. We have subtracted one digit because we have to show the decimal point after the leftmost non-zero integer. For this, we will have to write one digit less than the number of digits. In this way, we can place the decimal point to the right of digit 3. Lastly, we will remove all zeros after the last non-zero integer to the right of the decimal point. Here, there are no non-zero integers after the decimal point. Therefore, we will keep one zero and remove the rest. This will give us the value of m as 3.0. Now, using the values of m and p, we can write the standard form of the number as 3.0 into 10 to the power of 20. The distance of the Earth from the Sun is as follows. Will you be able to express this number in its standard form? Pause the video and try. Let us express this in standard form. Distance of the Earth from the Sun is equal to this. To express it in standard form, that is, m into 10 to the power of p, first, we will convert this whole number to decimal number by placing a decimal point and 0 to the right of the number. Here, there are 12 digits to the left of the decimal point. We will subtract 1 from the total number of digits, that is, 12, to get the value of p as 11. Then, we place the decimal point to the right of the leftmost non-zero integer 1, like this, and in the last step, we remove all digits after the non-zero integer placed to the right of the decimal point. With this, we get the value of m to be 1.496. Now, we can express the distance of the Earth from the Sun in the standard form as 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter. As you can see, we can easily read and write numbers in their standard form. With this, we can also easily compare numbers using their standard form. For example, let's compare the distance of the center of the galaxy from the Sun and the distance of the Earth from the Sun. For comparison, we will first check if the numbers are in the standard form or not. Here, both the numbers are in standard form and have the same unit. Next, we will compare the powers of 10 in both numbers. Since 20 in 10 to the power of 20 is greater than 11 in 10 to the power of 11, we can say that 3.0 into 10 to the power of 20 meter is greater than 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter, which means the distance of the center of the galaxy from the Sun is greater than the Earth's distance from the Sun. In this way, take any two large numbers and express them in their standard form and compare them. Today, we have learned how to express large numbers in standard form and their comparison. In the next video, we will see some examples related to this. Today, we will see some examples related to expressing large numbers in standard form and their comparison. The capacity of a large water tank is 55,000 liters. Can you express this number in standard form? Any number can be expressed in standard form as n is equal to m into 10 to the power of p, where the value of m can be equal to or greater than 1.0 and lesser than 10.0, and p is an integer. To express this number in its standard form, first, we will convert it into decimal number. Now, we can see that there are a total of 5 digits to the left of the decimal point. By subtracting 1 from 5, we get the value of p as 4. Next, we will place the decimal point to the right of the leftmost digit of the number. Then, we will ignore all zeros placed after the decimal point. This will give us the value of m as 5.5. Now, using the value of m and p, we can write the standard form of the number as 5.5 into 10 to the power of 4. Let's look at another interesting method to obtain the standard form. To express this number in standard form, we will write this number as. Then, we will place a decimal point after the number. Next, we shift the decimal point one by one towards the left. To keep the value of the number the same, we keep multiplying it by 10, which we will show by increasing the number of zeros placed to the right of 1. We will continue to do this until the value of the decimal number is equal to or more than 1.0 and less than 10.0. We will stop moving the decimal point as soon as we get the required value. Here, 10,000 has 4 zeros to the right of 1, which means 10 is multiplied by itself 4 times to obtain this number. Therefore, we can express 10,000 as 10 to the power of 4. At the same time, any zero placed after the last non-zero digit after the decimal point has no value, so we ignore them. This gives us the standard form of the given number as 5.5 into 10 to the power of 4. Therefore, the capacity of the water tank can be shown as 5.5 into 10 to the power of 4 liters. Next example. Distances of some man-made satellites from the Earth are shown here. Compare these distances and find out which satellite is closest to the Earth and which satellite is farthest from the Earth. In order to find the closest and the farthest satellite from the Earth among the given satellites, we will have to compare their distances. Let us first compare 3.578 into 10 to the power of 7 meter and 8.98 into 10 to the power of 6 meters. You will notice that the units of both distances are shown in meters, that is, both have the same units. So, we can compare these two numbers. Here, both numbers are in their standard form. Also, we observe that the power of 10 is not equal in both numbers. In the first number, the power of 10 is 7, whereas in the second number, the power of 10 is 6. In such a situation, we can say that the number with the greater power of 10 is the larger number. Therefore, 3.578 into 10 to the power of 7 meter is greater than 8.98 into 10 to the power of 6 meters. Similarly, if we compare 3.578 into 10 to the power of 7 meter and 8.78 into 10 to the power of 6 meter, here also we can see that in the first number the power of 10 is 7, while in the second number the power of 10 is 6. So, we can say that 3.578 into 10 to the power of 7 meter is greater than 8.78 into 10 to the power of 6 meter. In both cases, we can conclude that 3.578 into 10 to the power of 7 is the greater number. Therefore, satellite A is the farthest from the Earth. Now let's find out which satellite is the closest to the Earth. For this, we will compare the two remaining distances, that is 8.98 into 10 to the power of 6 meters and 8.78 into 10 to the power of 6 meters, and find out which is the smallest number. Here, we can see that the power of 10 is equal in both numbers. In such a case, we compare the decimal numbers. Here, 8.78 is smaller than 8.98. Therefore, 8.78 into 10 to the power of 6 meter is smaller than 8.98 into 10 to the power of 6 meter. Therefore, we can say that among all the three satellites, the closest satellite to the Earth is satellite C. Today, we saw examples related to expressing large numbers in standard form and their comparison. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions related to them. Today, we will see some misconceptions related to expressing large numbers in their standard form and their comparison. Misconception 1. Find the standard form of the number 45,236. Some students, while expressing the number 45,236 in standard form, fail to understand the concept of standard form altogether. They consider any exponential form to be the standard form of a number. With this knowledge, they believe these decimal forms 45.236 into 10 to the power of 3, 0.45236 into 10 to the power of 5, and 4.5236 into 10 to the power of 4 to be the standard form of a given number and choose option 4, which is the wrong answer. Some students believe that the standard form of the number is expressed as in option 2, but this is also a wrong understanding. Hence, option 2 is an incorrect answer. The correct understanding is that both 45.236 into 10 to the power of 3 and 0.45236 into 10 to the power of 5 are exponential forms of the given number, but they are not the standard forms. It is because the standard form of a number is written in the form m into 10 to the power of p, where the value of m can be equal to or more than 1.0, but less than 10.0, and p is an integer. In option 1, we can observe that the value of m is greater than 10.0, so this is the wrong answer. In option 2, the value of m is smaller than 1.0, so it cannot be the standard form. In option 3, the value of m is greater than 1.0 and smaller than 10.0, and the value of p is 4, which is an integer. Hence, this is the standard form of the given number. Misconception 2. Which symbol will be used to compare the given numbers? Students often make some simple mistakes when comparing exponents. For example, some students ignore the power of 10 and only compare the decimal numbers. By comparing decimal numbers, they believe that the first number is greater than the second number, so they select option 1, which is the wrong answer. In order to compare correctly, we first check whether the two numbers are in their standard form or not. If the numbers are not in the standard form, then we convert it into the standard form. Next, we observe the power of 10 in both numbers and find out which number has a greater power of 10 and which one has a smaller. For example, here, the power of 10 in the second number is greater than the power of 10 in the first number. In such a situation, we can say that the second number is greater than the first number. Let's understand this better. We can write 5.495 into 10 to the power of 5 like this. Similarly, we can write 4.098 into 10 to the power of 6 as 40,98,000. Now, if we compare both numbers, we can see that the first number has 6 digits while the second number has 7 digits. And you must know that the whole number which has more digits is the greater number. Therefore, the second number is greater. Hence, the correct answer to the given question is option 2. Today we saw some misconceptions related to expressing large numbers in their standard form and their comparison.